The Montreal Canadiens have a dynamite pairing to carry them through for the future. Nick Suzuki and Cole Caufield, they did some really nice things in the Stanley Cup playoffs. You guys remember that OT goal they combined for in Game 5 of that first-round series against the Toronto Maple Leafs? That was a really fun highlight to watch. And a lot of Canadiens fans are expecting they'll see more from those two players. But who's going to be on their line for this coming season? Could it be a Mike Hoffman? Could it be a Tyler Toffoli? Who do you envision as the third member of the line with Nick Suzuki and Cole Caufield?
I think it's going to be Tyler Toffoli. Those three showed last season in the playoffs how they can click together. You got to remember that Players Tribune story on Toffoli, and he talked about how Nick Suzuki is one of the reasons he wanted to come play in Montreal after watching him in the playoffs in the Toronto bubble and how impressed he was by him. And I think that trio, it's one of the few, if not the only line going into training camp that Dominic Ducharme can go back to that has experience. You look at Gallagher, lost his two line mates in Danault and Tatar. Be interesting what he does with him. But I think Toffoli is the good fit there. And I think back to a couple of years ago, we were in Vancouver when we were still traveling with the Canadiens and life was normal. And after a media scrum, Marc Bergevin just took 10 minutes and just spoke to her off the record with a bunch of reporters who were around. And one of the things he sort of talked about was envisioning Cole Caufield in the future playing with Nick Suzuki. And now that's become a reality. And we've seen how it works. And we can see why back a couple of years ago, this was shortly after they drafted him, why, Marc Bergevin thought those two guys would click together. And they certainly have. And they seem to be good friends off the ice too, which I think is really important. Two young guys that can grow and develop together. And a lot of the coaches today in the NHL, it's not really trios. They have duos they keep together, and then they rotate a third guy in. So I think Suzuki and Caufield are going to be a thing for a long time with the Canadiens. And right now, I think Tyler Toffoli is the best fit to play with them.
They just seem like they have so much fun, the two of them together. I also want them to always do all their press conferences together, like we saw in the playoffs, where they just look like they were part of a debate club, not talking about the big game that they just played. But it could also be a good duo to get Jonathan Drouin started. After having a few months off, we spoke about this in the past, about what are the expectations of Jonathan Drouin, and maybe having him with two young guys that are just having a lot of fun right now and a lot of success could be something to get Jonathan Drouin's game going as well.
I would like to see them load up that first line with a guy like Hoffman. He's already publicly said that he's planning on scoring 30 goals, and you throw him into the mix with those other two guys, they'd be tough trio to stop. And I think that looking at the wingers, looking at their depth on the wings, they have a lot of good players to move around and experiment, if you will, and see if different lines gel together and make things happen. So they're in a good situation with the group that they have. They can try certain guys in there and see where it goes. But I think that Hoffman, with his speed and his ability to make things happen offensively, that would be a tough line to defend against.
As you were saying, Jess, too, it's nice to see Suzuki and Caufield have fun together. It's a sport. It's a game. It should be fun. They're young guys living their dream in the NHL. It's nice to see them having fun. The pressure in the city, the pressure in Montreal, which Jonathan Drouin spoke about after leaving the team last year with anxiety and insomnia issues. It stopped being fun for Jonathan Drouin, obviously. So it's nice to see these two young guys having fun together, living their dream, playing in the NHL, and there's a chemistry there. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun for us in the media and for Canadiens fans to watch these two guys together, not only this season but moving forward after that.
Also, Jess, I know you mentioned Caufield and Suzuki as young players, but I still consider Jonathan Drouin as a relatively young guy. I'm not just saying that because him and I are around the same age, but now I'm just wondering if you just think we're both old people.
Julian, anyone over the age of 25 is old.
Damn it! Damn it!
Said someone in their 30s.
That means I'm almost dead.
Okay, let's not get into a whole talk about ages or ageism. You might as well just subscribe to the YouTube channel. Write in the comments section who you think will be a line mate with Cole Caufield and Nick Suzuki. Again, no more age jokes. We've made enough of them already. And sign up.
Window in the NHL.
Okay. Yes. Again, no age jokes. Sign up for the Hockey Inside Out newsletter, montrealgazette.com/newsletters. You can find that there. And of course, just check out hockeyinsideout.com for our full episode.